Hello! There are a couple of things. What am I talking about today? Yes, the videos which I promised at the beginning of last week's episode have failed to materialise. I'm really sorry about that. I am working on them, they're coming, I promise, and they're going to be awesome, but they're not there yet, so keep an eye on the channel and they will be coming. What is there is the second part of the Velocity Diet Survival Guide, as I said. Or this month I'm just going to be kind of posting a series of guides on how to do the diet and what kind of little bits and pieces you need. But yeah, so go ahead and watch that after you finish watching this video. For now, we are going to talk about Julie again. It is halfway point now. She's at the beginning of week 7 and things are going really well. We're both really happy. She actually spilled some stats in this one, which I wasn't planning for her to do, but I'm quite happy for her to do because she's happy and I was happy and it was all good. So yes, as usual, here's a video. This is how she's been getting on this week.
Hello, we're at the halfway point, and Steve wanted me to talk about my food, some of the foods that I've added back in, such as fruit, which is nice to have for a snack. Not all fruits, but apples, and, well, actually, that's all I've eaten, has been apples. I've also gotten to know soya and linseed bread. Pretty yummy. And as far as the exercise, I haven't signed up for a gym. I just moved. I haven't signed up for a gym, so I've been going and doing intervals outside, which has been really nice. But the weather's about to get too cold for that, so I have to go to the gym. But it's been pretty easy to go in the park and run, mainly because there's people watching you and you don't want to look like an idiot. So you just have to keep going. Yeah, and I've lost over 5 kilos. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. And 1 to 2 inches off my waist. The debate is still out on that one.
The next thing I want to talk about today is actually nothing to do with weight loss or anything like that. I'm going to share with you today a optical illusion which I've just recently come across, and it's really just blowing my mind, and I'm kind of showing it to everyone, so I thought I'd share it with you guys as well. So here's a picture of the illusion. I first saw this picture and underneath it was just a caption saying the colours A and B are the same, and I was like, oh okay, you know, that's kind of surprising, but I can believe that's no really big deal. And then I was kind of looking at it and just thinking, is that what they mean? What do they mean? And it kind of slowly dawned on me that actually, you know, what they were talking about was not the letters, but the colours of the actual squares that the letters are on. And I have checked this. I have checked this every way I possibly can, and it's true, and I still can't accept it. I just can't deal with it. It's really blowing my mind. I'm going to include a link in the description to a post on the website with the picture. You can download the picture, you can chop it up, you can use colour pickers or whatever else you want to do on it to see if they're the same colour. They are the same colour. There is a brief explanation of why this works, in that your brain is kind of conditioned to look at colours that it perceives to be in shade differently and interpret them differently, but for me, I'm sorry, that doesn't quite cut it. It's just too mind-boggling to deal with. So yeah, there it is. There's an optical illusion for you to have some fun with. And lastly, I want to talk about food. I did a post where I was kind of researching high-calorie foods, and I found a few and I thought, oh, these are actually really high-calorie, and looked around a bit more and found a few more and was like, okay, cool, I'm going to do like a top 5 foods which are over 2,000 calories. You can go online and you'll actually find a few references to other foods which were mentioned in an article written in 2008, I think, by Men's Health magazine. But since that article was written, a lot of those foods disappeared, which is kind of good, I guess. You know, people were like, man, that's really unhealthy, it's ridiculous, and people actually in the companies that made them listened and discontinued the menus or reduced the calories in them, so I think that's cool. But yes, here's the list of top calorific foods that I could find in a day's research when I was also doing other stuff, so maybe didn't look as hard as I should have. Number 1, Burger King's New York Pizza Burger, which is 2,500 calories, 2,530 calories to be precise, so just over your allowance for the day. It comes on a 9.5-inch sesame seed bun, and interestingly, this one can be purchased as a meal. So, you know, like all Burger King's burgers, it can be purchased as a meal, which means if you get fries and a drink with it as well, you could easily be topping 3,000 calories in one meal, which is pretty impressive in a kind of really scary, stupid way. Number 2, we have the Cold & Stone PB&C. Peanut butter and chocolate, for those wondering what the initials stand for. That is a 2,010 calorie milkshake. This isn't even a meal, this is something that's meant to accompany your meal. 2,010 calories. I was pretty impressed by that. Number 3, the Outback Steakhouse Aussie cheese fries, 2,710 calories. I mean, like, I don't know if there's anyone out there who can look at that picture and go, that looks good. But if there is something wrong with you. I'm sorry, that just looks disgusting. I don't even know what to do with that. That's incredible. Number 4, the Uno Chicago Grill Chicago Classic Pizza, 2,310 calories. Now the thing about this one is, if you look on their website, it says that there's only 770 calories in the pizza, which you think, oh okay, that's not bad. It's an individual pizza, they label it as individual. But they choose to define a serving of this pizza, which is what 770 calories are in. A serving of this pizza is a third of the individual pizza. And it's like, you know what, anyone can do that. Anyone can just say, oh yeah, if you only eat this small amount of this thing that you're supposed to eat the whole of, then you only get this many calories. I think it's really misleading, which is why I've chosen them to go in my list. Ha! 5, the Cheesecake Factory Chicken and Biscuits, 2,260 calories. As you can probably tell from my accent, I am not American, but I've been to America, and the last time I went to the Cheesecake Factory, and I think it's awesome. I'm not going to slag them off. I think if you go to the Cheesecake Factory and don't know that what you're eating is fattening, you are a moron. The portion sizes are bigger than anything I've ever seen in my life. I got given this drink, I just ordered, I think it was like a sort of a juice drink, and I got it and it was like a bucket of drink, and there was sugar around the edge of it, but chicken and biscuits, and it doesn't even look very nice. I mean, this is the thing, I was just thinking, like, if you're going to eat something which has got like your total calorie for the day, this is it for the whole day, at least make it look good. But there you go, so there's some foods to avoid maybe, or at least to kind of think very carefully about how much you maybe share with friends. So that is it, that is all my news, that is all my stuff, and that is all of my things for this week, but don't worry, I will be back again next week to give you some more.